But she put me under her wing and kind of gave the information that I needed so I could succeed in this industry. I don't know why she did it, but I wanted to get back to the principles that she gave me and give it to you guys. So these are 5 goal principles. Me and her went with these. The first thing we went over, and you guys know, write some of these things down. They're very important. And first thing is, the most principle is, who do you want to be? That's very important, very, very important, because who you want to be in this industry structures who you are. You could be a rapper. You could be a ball player. You could be an entrepreneur. As you see my t-shirt, I have 2 of these crossed out on the top. Because I decided I wanted to be an entrepreneur, because I can't play basketball, I'm too short, and I definitely can't shoot a wall. And I definitely can't rap. So I wanted to be an entrepreneur because these skills resonate with me, because I'm a hustler. I know how to hustle. I know how to make money. I've been doing it my whole life. So you have to know who you want to be in this industry and where you want to be at. Whether it's crypto, whether it's real estate, whether it's that barbershop, however that is, you need to know who that person is so you can define that, so you can go be the best version of yourself. Second is, who do you listen to? This is probably the most important principle about wealth. There's 2 others hustling out here. I know most of the brothers out here moving stuff. I know most of them doing stuff. I know people selling courses on real estate that have never done a real estate job in their life. Fast.
Regret it.
So it's important on who you listen to. Because some people don't actually have the experience to back it. Some people don't have the paperwork. Some people don't have the track record. And I'm not knocking nobody. But when you're listening to somebody who has some game to give, you better make sure they've done this business. Second thing is, you need to have a mentor. Mentor is really important. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have a mentor. My mentors laid up completely to get me to the point where I am making 6 to 7 figures every year. Without them, I would be nothing, but just a little something there. In this, when you start getting a mentor, right, you have to really build yourself up. Because a mentor is going to prepare you to do things that you don't want to do. So in this, there's 2 principles that I put down that me and her went over. What's your teachability index? Your teachability index breaks down in 2 ways. What's your willingness to learn, and what's your willingness to change? Some of us have a high willingness to learn. We want to read all the books. We want to do all the YouTube. But we don't want to do about the other. So we know lots of brothers that have all the education in the world, almost psychologists to this game, but they can't grow basically because they don't want to change. So you have to add an equal. Your willingness to change and your willingness to learn has to match. It needs to be a 10 to 10, an 8 or an 8. It has to be high for both of those things to happen, because that's when you start seeing things in your life. The 4th principle is you need to learn the language. There's a language when you want to talk to banks. There's a language when you want to do business. A lot of us just can't walk into a bank with a low credit score. You ain't speaking the language. You got to raise that up. Once you start understanding the language and how money moves, then people can cooperate with it. Based on what they can reach, you speak the same language. Those things are really important. The 5th principle is you got to invest. A lot of us, we don't know how to put money in it. None. You've got to invest. First, you got to invest in yourself. That's the most important rule about wealth. You got to invest in yourself. Then you got to start putting your money into some actual investments. Mine did happens to be real estate. Right? And the things I've been in real estate are absolutely for nothing. I wish I had some slides I could show you that's for stuff. I just bought a property for $1 a buck. $1. $1. Right into a homeowner. He was a veteran, bought a house, put no money down. The VA paid for it. He just got it back to him 2 more years. He didn't want the house at all. He had no interest in it. He just wanted out of the debt. So I told him I'd take the hope for him, but $1. He agreed. We signed a contract. I now own this property for $1. And now I rent it out at cash flow, $300 a month. That's simple. I'm in the process of buying another property for $1. Very cool. Same scenario. Husband, wife, had a divorce, no one lives in the house, kick it, both of them hold them unlawful because they got too many members in this house. They just want to get out from under the debt. I agreed that I put down $1. I put $1 down to go for property. This is how easy the game is when you invest. You have to invest. You have to invest to yourself, right? You have to invest in your business. Real estate is super easy once you want to get it. Majority of stuff that I do in real estate, I do a lot of trade financing. I do a lot of tricks where I don't even use my own money. I stay broke, but my assets grow. I make money like that. Super easy to acquire real estate. As of this point, as I stand here, I own 20 properties. These 20 properties are worth $6 million. My equity is too. That puts me in the category where I was in. My cash flow is 10 grand at the moment, based on my lifestyle, based on my car, based on my travel, based on my trips. It's the importance of having assets, right, and learning how to do it. Second principle, the next principle of that is, hey, you gotta learn how to delegate your money. A lot of us just don't know how to delegate. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. As long as you can learn the algorithm of how you can delegate your money. If it's 10 grand, you need to turn that 10 grand into 20. 20 in the folder, 40 in A. As you continue doing this method, at some point you'll be loaded. Easy. It's that easy. You need to know how to delegate your money. That's it. I make plays all day long because I need to double my money. I just had a conversation this morning outside. I talked to one of the readers. I just bought a triplex, put no money into it. As a matter of fact, I'm using HELOC from my buddy, said to the plus. I put this money in from the HELOC to this home. They refinance. My lender just called me this morning and told me I'm able to pull out $150 tax free. That's double. That's infinite return to me because I just put no money into it. Then I get my brother money on the back, just put no money into it. Infinite return. We keep the asset in cash flow and make $1,000 every month off the gas station. Does that make sense? Yeah, all right. Second thing is you gotta be resourceful. You gotta know how to actually create something. I just had a brother the other day came and legally sat down and I told him, look, I got a mentorship. You wanna learn how to invest in real estate first? Take my mentorship, this mindset. I need to show you how to think like a wealthy person. It's $25 for you. I gave it this to. In that process, I was telling them, brother, man, you need to learn how to be resourceful. I don't care if you got a credit card. Talking about moms, cousins, friends, families. This is important for you. You have to learn how to be resourceful. I hang around high people all the time, millionaires. Every time that I meet these people, I need to figure out what's my value. What do I bring to the table? How do I be resourceful? And it's a struggle for me because I had to work my way to be to this point. So mentally, I had to learn how to be resourceful. If you can bring something to the table, then you can make any plays, any time. I don't care what it is. A lot of stuff that I do in this industry is I bring things to the table who have absolutely value. It couldn't be incredible. 10 grand. Other day I did a play with my sister-in-law who's got a $10,000 insurance check. We took that, put it down payment on the property, now we just cashed it. So many ways to make money with this industry. If you're resourceful. Okay, my last one I want to bring up is I will kind of explain some things how I kind of buy real estate in real estate. In this process, can I get 3 volunteers, please? Good night, Dad. Come on. No, it's more things. Get a level to Amy step better. And then yeah. Is it beef? So it's spicy, guys. Let me do what was it? Let me do what was it? Come in.
Bears up there.
Oh, metal. I gotta be using my head dumb. How about you right here?
Cool. Bears.
Right, up some. Cool. Little haircut, but and mail it to me out. What you got with it? What you got?
Into the PC ground.
The only one on me. 444. Get back. And 30 minutes. Or that. Now, I made you come up here with me. I learned this game to some of my millionaire friends, right? It took me a while to understand this concept. That it's called the pressure relay bank. Right? It took me a minute to understand because when I came into this industry of real estate, I ain't had no money. I was broke. So I need to figure out how to buy this real estate with no money. Okay? So what happened is I'm the bank. Okay? So as the bank, my name was Lee. So Alfonso, okay? So as the bank, Alfonso comes into my bank, right? And he places how much? 30 grand. Cool. Say.
Wait.
All right. Now, I'm gonna explain that here. $0. Okay? When you put your money in the bank, they help you nothing. But a small amount. Penny. So much pennies, he won't even actually, he won't even know how much it was. 0.00003%. Okay? That's when he comes to the bank. Okay? My other man's up to you, what's your name, Randy? Ruben. Okay? Ruben comes to us as a bank. Banker Ray. Ruben comes in, wants to make a deposit. Boy, drop down and come on, man. What's that? 40 acres? Okay, I got $70,000 for these two brothers. How much would I get? Nah. Right? You trust me so much. 30, 40,000. 70,000 for that. Okay? I'm gonna take that as a bank and give you guys absolutely nuts. Because they don't want to take the initiative to invest money themselves. That's why you put it in the bank. And they create the system so you guys will trust the bank because that's the place your money should go. Your money shouldn't be going into the bank. It should be going into themselves, your business, right, and back into the community. That's why I invested in the bank. In this process, what the bank is going to do is they're going to take this money. What's your name, my man? Right, embrace the bank. Bank was like the best. Look at you. Huh? Okay. So the way to invest it. The bank is going to come into the bank and say, Ready, I need a loan. I need $70,000. I'm saying, oh, I got it. They do. He gonna take that. He gonna invest into a barbershop. He's gonna invest into his tour business, right? He gonna invest into his right. Money. That. And when he makes money, I'm gonna charge him the interest. Front loader, all over the front. If I need all my money back, it's bad. Because that baby's it's back when we come pick it up. This is called fractional reserve banking system. Majority of the money that we do in investing, it's not even our money. It's somebody else's money. That's how the game works. If you can learn how to build your credit, you can learn the language and how to talk to banks, you can come in and get the $70,000, we'll run it up. Some of your brothers doing credits, courses right now, right? Lending, how to talk to banks. I talk to you all the time, right? I love it. Because in that process, you learn how to fit money, make money out of thin air. And big head. Give a round of applause for these brothers.
And so, well, I'm going to take it.
Amy, you know, so let's see. All of it.
Take one, please.
Fine. Wiley.
I got real estate investment books. I got Think and Grow Rich. I got a really good book called Cycle Cybernetics. Right? Really works. You have to learn this game. Once you learn this game, no money. I'm broke. I stay broke. I don't have any money. I never do. So that.
But how you did it in your Virginia?
A lot of it.
Right.
Right? This is how you invest to make money out of thin air. Right? In real estate, I do this all day. I need to borrow money for you. Go run the bandit up. Because I'm doubling their money. I'm turning 50 into 100. With the way I just did with the triplex with my brother, I gave him his 50 back, don't you know, like 60. Easy money. And I keep the asset. But wealth grows. Okay? So a lot of us don't understand we're playing the wrong game. As black men, we playing the wrong game. As black women, we playing the wrong game. Most of us don't even know that we play the game. Money is a game. It's created by some high elites, some banking systems, That's how it's created. The moment you realize it's a game, the moment you go in against bad and make another bad. In this game, for me, in real estate, I look at it as the monopoly. Raise your hand if you own some assets. Okay. How do you win the game of monopoly? Winning Walmart, strong. Oh, raise your hands. Let me raise it. What's buy properties? I mean, don't grab a book. Okay. Don't grab a book. The property you look for. Okay. Buying assets. You gotta own some stuff. What happens if we play a monopoly and you don't buy stuff? You lose. You broke. You tapped out. You go around there, you win rent every time. Land on this property, rent. You get broker every day. Rent. So many of us playing that game. So I understand this is the game of real estate. It's a game of monopoly. So when I play it, I'm trying to pick up as many properties as I can. That's the game I'm playing. When you understand those methods, you learn how to move and grow. I teach this to people all the time. I do events here at Phoenix, Arizona. I do one-on-one mentorship with people. I teach people how to grow money and assets. And I've only been doing it for a few years. That's the importance of what you have to learn how to grow. I'm not talking no rich. I'm talking wealth. A lot of us are rich. A lot of us got money. I see people make tons, but I got always have made billions of dollars. 2 years later, it broke. Bought the Lambo, bought the house, got the mansion, got the fly wife next to him. That means all mean this. 2 years later, it broke. And you had no assets. You wasn't playing the money game. That's how we learn the real ways. If you guys connect with me, I'm gonna put there's some flyers, links, get you guys flyers up. I got my information on these. You guys can always connect with me, ask me any question, I'll care. I'll leash you up for free if you chase them down. So I don't be a man. So you gotta chase me down. In this, I'm passing out a flyer. I want to explain something to you guys on how I got to this point in my life. There's a lot of people that know my story, and I want to dive into it, how I got to this point. I'm actually going to sell some flyers to you guys so you can see it, where I started and how I came here. Because I didn't have to stay in school in my mouth. A lot of things because it's not handed to me. So in this process, I had to learn to grow. So let me tell you something about my story. I've been here in Arizona for almost 20 years. When I got here, I started to get into the streets. My father wasn't here. He was in the streets. He also was in prison. And in that process, right, I wanted to chase action because I was looking for a male figure. A lot of us as black men is missing now, David. Did you see how many hands was up when your father was missing? I'll eat. Being a black father is important. Highly important. Because I didn't act, this led me down a long path. I didn't get into gangs, terrorists. In that process, I had a beef with a dude. I see him at a park, dancing on this barrel, runs up on me. I hit him with 2 keys, both of them. From that point on, one moment, me and did was chasing each other. I happily pitched him in the streets, hit his office, ran up, me and one friend ran up. I was on parole. I had ankle brace on. Ran up to him. I asked him where they're from. They was like, oh, we don't bang. So it's cool. Empty your pockets. So we went to Cotton to Debt, empty their pockets. In this process, the only thing I had to be on this time was a jackhammer and a little bit of jackhammer. I used to watch Thor. I was little, so, thought it was somebody, superhero. So I pulled my jackhammer out. And I threw it at his head. It was the slowest I ever seen a jackhammer move. It just rotated. Went right past his head. The man looked at me like I was traced. In that process, he pulled a gun and put it right into my face. My whole life flashed forward. In an instant, I can remember when I was just 3. Riding the bike the first time. In that process, I just closed my eyes because I knew my life is over. When I closed my eyes, I seen a hand go over his hand, white hand. It slowly go over his hand. Closed my eyes, I heard 2 stab. When I opened my eyes, I was still there. She was running across the street with his homeboy. I was with Lon. Me and my homie ran on the street. By the time I got halfway down the block, I couldn't walk anymore. I fell right there in somebody's lot. I said, man, it's over. I know he shot him somewhere. I just couldn't feel it. At that point, my homie's panicking. I got blood everywhere. I'm just sitting in the pool of it. A person comes by, posting out that lived in the house. They got the ambulance, took me to the hospital, right? By the grace of God, whatever that hand was, when I closed my eyes and I see him pushing his hand down, only shot me in my legs. I was still able to walk. From that point on, that created a whole monster. I turned into a complete, absolute different person overnight. I chased this dude down everywhere I could go. Nothing but God was on his side. When my friend called me up saying he's at the bus stop, I'd run to the bus stop, one there. So friends tell me, oh, he's at the school. I run to the school, one there. I was trying to know this dude in it. That's how serious I was. In the process, I never ran into him. And I started getting the drugs. I started drinking heavily, hanging out with the wrong people who was gangbanging all over. I ended up robbing him for his phone. At that point, I robbed the guy. I went to a store, a convenience store, with a sawed-on shotgun. Poured it through the window, so brought no money to me. I said, if he moved, that's sex. He moved, he ran, shot. From that point, it was a manhunt. I went to different states. They ended up finding me. They brought me right back here to Arizona. Extra matter of plane, first up there with planes. And at that point, I remember I had a moment. They gave me a public defender. White guy, it was cool. He gave me all the stuff that he needed to have. We can go to trial, they can make this, there's no evidence. In a week later, he was done. They gave me assistant. First time on the job. I believe they gave it to me because she knew black and awful way. She didn't say anything about going to trial. She didn't say anything about any of that. What she did is she gave me a plea. 30 minutes. I remember I had a photo when I looked my mother in the eyes. She was sitting across me, because at this point I was only 14 years old. So my mother had to be there. And I looked my mother in the eyes. And she broke. She cried. And as a child, looking your mother in the eyes, there's nothing more that can break you than look your mother in the eyes and see that something broke her. Because my mother was a strong black woman. And at that point, I vowed nothing will break me. So I didn't cry. Held my chin up. I took the plea. 30 years. What happened to the person I shot is he ended up being paralyzed. He died. When I came to my court hearing, the judge rolled in a wheelchair. I said, oh man, they don't look at me. I already look. My victim was in a wheelchair, my judge was in a wheelchair, and I said, oh man, hey, this ain't no look for me. But I got it. She didn't help out. Let's roll. The judge came in and he only gave me 15 years. In that 15-year sentence, I only did 11. Worst time of my life. Because I went in with the mindset that can't go by the break to itself, nothing. I was in fights, I was in the hole, I started riots, I was always in this stuff. My nickname was Maniac. That's how wild I was. And I remember I was sitting in a cell. They threw me in the hole, the warden came out. Short little Spanish ladies came out to you like Spencer. Why you causing stuff on my yard? Word for word. I said, bitch, fuck you. Come in my cell. She said, oh yeah? Out the door. Now I was trying to follow her bluffs. I didn't think she was gonna open the door. But she did. Because of that, I had to contend with what I just said. And the moment she opened the door, I spit immediately in her face. I watched her drip down her eyes. She looked at me with so much distaste, so disgusted. She said, I got something for you. She threw me in the hole. I was in the hole for 2 years, butt naked. It starved me. This time I had showers. And I went through a process in this moment where it broke me. I remember I was sitting in the cell with nothing to do. I kept every crack, every break, every roach, everything in there, to a point I realized I lost my mind. I couldn't remember the response. I didn't know. I woke up one day in the hospital, state hospital. They pulled a tube out of my foot. And the doctor was grabbing on me. I reached out, I grabbed him. And he was frightened, because I didn't know where I was at. They took me, threw me back to the cell, and I had a moment of, dang, man, I can't do this to me. I can't. Like, that broke me. And I vowed nothing would break me. So I sat, and I contemplated. And I was sitting in my cell. They used to come by, because they thought I was crazy. And the lady would come by, give me out pills. And I would never take. And I remember there was a moment where she came by, the nurse lady. And she said, Spence, you want to take your pills? And I said, you know what? Yeah. And at this moment, I realized every human being has a superpower. Mine is, when my back against the wall, oh, I can create it. And I got to it. And I walked to the door. The lady put her hand in it out right there. And I grabbed her hand, put her in an elbow locker. She's mad. Screaming, the officer with her, screaming. He pulls out a big can of berries, puts it in my face, and says, if you don't better go home, burn your effing eyes out. I said, I don't care. This bitch gonna do the harm. So they're like, what are you doing? I said, look, I just need something. I'm gonna lose my mind in here. Give me something. Get me out of the cell, something. I'm not going down like this. In that process, I locked eyes with her and him, and I had a key in the phone. And I realized these people were bald, weak, and at my mercy. And I let go. So I'm not afraid to be that person. She walked off, stormed out of there, and left me in there for weeks. No food, no water, nothing. The officer who was with her came by one day, dropped a book in my sled. Friend, this book became my manual. I read it every day. It was my Bible. It helped me change who I am to this day. It helped me become the man that I am to this day. It's the reason when I speak, I always bring these books to some people in this world need to change. And that's the book that changed me. From that point on, when I read that book, I learned how to develop myself. I learned how to set goals. I learned how to plan. I learned how to change the way I look, the way I talk, the way I act around people. Because no one taught me these things if I am scared of life. And it pushed me to the point when I was ready to get out. I was ready. It was game over the ball I got out. My brother knows. And I pushed so hard to make sure that nothing will ever break me. I didn't get it. And I came to a point where now I live by this creed. I listen to Dr. Thomas all the way, every day. I fear for consequences. I will. I can. I know. Every morning I get up,